Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Hi, guys.
So, we're talking about kale today. It's going to be exciting live. If you guys could share this out, we appreciate it. Um, Kale, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Disgusting.
And to
No,
tell you what,
it's okay. I mean, you know.
we got some stuff you can make with it, though. Make it taste good.
Oh,
Because anything with garlic makes anything taste good.
oh yeah. A little garlic, little something, something on it. I'm sure it's delicious.
Now, when we had uh, Dr. Eselton. See, I say his name right now, Corky. I say his name right now, Dr. Eselton. Um, when we had him in, to reverse heart disease and the increase the nitric oxide in your body, which helps your blood go through your arteries and stuff. If you have the 6 greens that go in your mouth, just to chew each day, that will increase your blood flow through your heart and
Oh,
extend those vessels out. And one of the vegetables he talked about was kale. So it's
you mean I have to eat that stuff?
I know I got to eat a lot of it. Look, it's the size of me.
You know what I don't like about it is
What is it?
it's when you put it in your mouth, it's kind of hairy. Does that make sense? Like I think if you dehydrated it and it was crispy, it'd be good. But a lot of times, especially that prickly kale, it tastes like it has hair on it or something. I
That's the reason why you cook it.
don't know.
When you cook it, it's all good. It's all good. So let's see. Let's see who's in the chat. Who's in the chat? Who's the first person that came? That's What Life or What Life. Welcome in, Uncle Al. And Uncle Al, thank you for always sharing our channel out. And everybody who else shared our channel out today, we appreciate it.
I'm making the green stalker laugh at me. She wrote Harry. Well, I'm glad I'm making you laugh because that's what it feels like in your mouth. It's like, oh,
Welcome in, Glitter World. Glitter bombs to you.
yay.
It's always good to see you, Glitter World. We got Becoming a Green Stalker, Suzanne Goulet, Juby, Mindfully Crocheted. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming to the live. I see Mindfully Crochet when I'm coming home from work late at night. So it's like I put her on, there she is. Most of the time she's almost finishing up her live and I'm like, hey, how you doing? So welcome in. We got Jaden 0428. So welcome in, Jaden. David Gray and Dale Homestead.
What's up?
Helen Ford, Kathleen Moran, and Kathleen. Thank you so much for going into the sweater contest. We really appreciate it. We thought you did great.
Yeah.
You did really awesome. And we're going to do that contest every single year. So watch out for next year. We're going to up the prizes too. This year was pretty tough. Two ninja mixers went out this contest, which is pretty cool. And next year we might have to up the ante on that contest because it's a lot of work. Because there's going to be those 2 categories, but people really going to make a sweater.
Yeah.
So they're going to put that like 6-7 months of work in that sweater. We want to make sure the prize is worth it for them to do that. And plus, it's fun. Gotta love that. There's Jane Doe. Welcome in, Jane Doe.
Hello. Thank you for all that you do, Jane Doe. Appreciate you.
So today's growing guide is on kale. And let me show you some of the seeds we're going to give out today. Because we're going to talk about them in a little while. So, of course, everything we're giving out is My Gardener seeds. So we got the pineapple tomato. Look at the color on that. So pineapple tomato. Going to give away the dark opal basil.
Yummy.
Garlic chives.
Oh, give me the garlic, please.
I love these. I'm still, they're just Well, they're all kind of died off. I let them just go on the ground to keep it. But I keep when the spring starts, boom! They are so great. I love garlic chives. Kale.
The dinosaur kale.
Give them a nice
Rawr,
kale. Now
rawr.
we're going to give away this sweet peppers, Jimmy Nardello pepper.
Yeah. Love me some peppers. What is that? Orange?
Watermelon. Tender
Mm.
sweet orange watermelon.
I could eat some watermelon right now. Mm.
And this kohlrabi is awesome. I love it. I grown it. And I absolutely love it.
Oh, the purple sienna is really good. I've grown the white and the purple. I like the purple better.
And we're going to be giving away we're going to give away those seeds, but we're also going to give away move stuff over here.
They said Juju B said, Corky, dinosaur kale is what you need to try and grow, not hairy. My kids even like it. Okay, I'll remember that.
My nephew comes right in front and just eats it right out of the thing, snaps it, eats it. You know, again, it all starts when you're little. You know, it's like looking at a green tomato.
I never had kale when I was little. That was definitely something that was never on the dinner table. If it wasn't potatoes, carrots, or peas, we didn't have it.
I used to absolutely love beets when I was little. And I still like them now, but not like when I was a kid. When I seen them when I was a kid, we used to go to the diner all the time. I used to pile my whole salad with like tons of beets. Everybody's looking at me. What are you doing? You know, I love it. Oh, we got a couple of more people that just came in. Connie Davidson, Kimberly Galia, Built on a Rock Homestead. Welcome in, guys. Wanda Moses is here. And Wanda, thank you again for entering the contest. I hope you had a good time. And get ready for next year. Next year is going to be awesome. This year was the first time. Next year is going to be 10 steps better. So we're all going to give away the Farmer's Almanac today, which is really cool. And we're going to give away another seed catalog from Baker's Street.
With those really, really beautiful tomatoes on the front. Yeah. I want that so bad, but it's not out yet.
Yep.
I want the whatever it is. Cosmics, Galaxy. I keep calling it Cosmic. It's not Cosmic.
Well, it look cosmic, doesn't it? It looks like something the Cosmics would definitely have. And I miss the Cosmic cultivators.
Oh, I miss them so much. I texted Gina over Christmas. I missed you so much.
Welcome in, Betty Barnes. Welcome to our channel.
Hello, Rebel.
How you doing, Tammy? Okay, so we're going to start off with our I have no idea why this happens, but when I share stuff on my computer at work and then all of a sudden scan it through, sometimes it gets a little crooked. And I don't know why, because I did it several times. It still came out a little bit crooked. Hopefully that's not a problem today. So let's get down to it. It's going to be exciting live. And let's get going. If I missed anybody in the chat.
Let's get down to the hairy facts.
The Kale Growing Guide. So kale is a member of the brassica family, which can crops as the cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, radish. Although kale has early roots in Greek and Roman culture, it remained a relatively minor commercial crop in the U.S. until recent years. Yeah, like I never seen kale when I was little, just like you just said. Who wouldn't? If you didn't look in the seed catalog, who's eating kale?
Well, that's another thing too. My mom didn't cook it. My mom didn't even cook spinach. Like my grandmother was more of the vegetable like guru. Like she always had asparagus, broccoli. That's how I grown to love broccoli so much. And then she would have parsnips like for stews and stuff like that. But honestly, my mom, and once she figured out I liked broccoli, my mom would have meatloaf dinner and broccoli would be a side. But up until then, like we didn't have a whole lot of vegetables. Like spinach was never something that we ate. And if it wasn't meat it was basically meat and potatoes, most of my life. So, I will eat them. I will try everything once, but.
We had a lot of corn and peas and carrots. That's what we had. And string beans, of course. because everybody at our table, we couldn't leave the table or dinner table until we everything was off your plate. And so, well, I helped my sister out. I took the rest of her food. Somebody needs some help.
By the way, Olive Garden makes a soup called zuppa toscano. It's one of my favorite Italian soups. It's basically like it's like a heavy potato soup with bacon, and it's done in a cream, and it's really, really, really good. But they top it off with kale. Although I sometimes when I go there, I will dish out my kale like I'm a 2-year-old.
Welcome in, Dee's Garden Adventures and Dragon Cat. Welcome to the live. And How the Garden just came in and Wickershire Project. Wickershire. My penguin buddy. Anyway, so this leafy green reached celebrity status around 2012, appearing on menus of Michelin star restaurants and becoming a choice ingredient of millennial food bloggers. And that is so true. You read the magazines, including Inquirer, and kale was there, even in Inquirer. Crazy stuff. Kale displaced other greens in salads, soups, pesto, and even showed up in snack aisles as chips. Bon Appetit magazine named 2012 the year of kale. Who knew? I had no idea. The year of kale, 2012. And look at this. October 2nd, 2013. It's National Kale Day. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? And National Kale Day was launched in the U.S. Kale is a member of the brassica family, which includes crops. There we go. The cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and radish. Kale is a valuable source of vitamins and minerals. Although kale tolerates summer heat, it grows best in the spring and fall. The highly curled, bluish-green leaves. Some varieties have plain leaves. Do not form a solid head, while curly and lacinato, also known as Dinosaur or Tuscan, are generally the most common types of kale. This vegetable comes in a wide variety, each with its unique colors, flavors, textures. Red boar is characterized by its deep purple, curly leaves. The blue, green, and purple-red leaves of red Russian are known for being semi-sweet. The large green leaves of Siberian, are particularly cold weather hardy, and Chinese kale can be used in a place of conventional broccoli and many dishes.
I did not know that. So,
but boom! I love saying boom. Boom!
Jinx!
A lot of people do not know that, what we just read there. And you know what I like about this live is I kind of tend to repeat myself. And what also happens is, well, Dr. PaulaRuffin, she's not going to be here today, but between Dr. PaulaRuffin and Jojobi and what we go through, a lot of important things get said again and again and again. So it gets right into your brain with right brain length. Or at least mine. I like stuff repeated once in a while. The most repeated stuff always gets repeated. So the germination rate for kale is 4 to 7 days. So that's generally pretty fast. Seed life. So you have kale and you got seeds. They generally last 4 years in the seed packet. But you try to keep those in a nice, cool, dark place. Environment light. Again, sorry if this is a little bit tilted. I have no idea why. It just happened that way. Sunny and part shade. So if you are growing in a lot more of the sun, try to get it more to the shade. If it's really hot. If you're talking about living in Canada and up north, you could generally just put it in the sun and you're good. But you don't want to leave it where it's going to be 90 degrees. It's going to die. You need to really keep the moisture in the soil to help kale grow. Soil. Well-drained, fertile soil, high in organic matter. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, minerals, organic matter, and beneficial microbial activity within the soil will lead to the most robust kale plants possible. If you're growing kale in a container, be sure to use one that can drain freely. Now, I recommend growing in some kind of container. because you don't really need tons of kale.
Mm.
You know, to me, it's one of those vegetables you use in moderation. You should not have it, you know, plant after plant after plant after plant because it can have problems. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I just believe kale should be used in moderation. And kale is going to last all year around, basically. At least in New Jersey. We still have kale growing outside right now. So, kale is a great plant to grow for all year around. But man, when it gets cooler, it tastes so good right now. It tastes so awesome. Let's see. So, yeah, if you are a one person gang, grow in a container. If you're growing for a family, then you put it in the ground. So the fertility you want for a medium and rich soil, pH factor around a 5.6 to a 7. Temperature you want to cool because it's more of a spring and fall crop that you want to pick, not any heat in the summer because you're not going to have the same taste. Moisture, it prefers a consistent moisture. It can tolerate drought, but quality and flavor of leaves suffer. So what I mean by that is your leaves will start turning like a yellowish color if it gets too hot. You don't want that, So make sure if you see those yellow leaves, it gets really bitter, and you don't want to have that taste. So just pluck them off if you see them turning yellow. Days to harvest: 55 to 75 days. Planting: plant kale anytime from early spring to early summer. Kale could last well into deep winter, like we just said. Kale will benefit from shade in a hot summer sun. You can set out transplants 4 weeks before last frost. So check out your frost on a calendar, count 4 weeks, then you know when to plant, and then you got to find out how many days you can start ahead before you get, inside, so it's nice and easy to transplant. I like starting inside my kale. I don't like starting outside. It's just easier that way. Spacing, so seeds 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep in rows, then the seedings to 8 to 12 inches apart. The seedings may be transplanted, which I like to do. Hardiness, very cold hardy. Kale are relatively easy to grow, require only normal cultivation and watering. They can be treated like collards or mustard greens. Fertilizer. I like using trifecta. Go get them at my gardener. And if you go,
I'm sorry, where can you get that at again? The trifecta?
Trifecta at my gardener.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At my gardener, if you use hashtag grow big, you get 10% off.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
And if you spend $18 or more, you get free shipping. So it's almost like getting 25% off your seeds. Where else can you get that deal?
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And you can only find that at Grow Big TV. Because I don't think Roots and Refuge has that deal out yet. No. So you could only get that deal here. So, welcome in, Happy Mac. Wow. Boom. Welcome in. Let's see if anybody else came on in. No, but thank you, everybody, for coming. We appreciate it. You guys are free to talk and share your own channels and promote yourself there. We don't care. Yeah. I hope we can make this a lot of fun for you to be here. Fertilizer. So we like using trifecta. Fertilization should be discontinued during coloring. Excessive fertilization will prevent good coloration, but deficient levels of plant nutrients will result in a yellowing and loss of lower leaves. So you'll notice they get really weak on the bottom. They turn yellow. Just make sure you pinch them off too. And add some trifecta at mygardener.com. Harvesting the lower leaves may be individually picked when they are small and tender, 8 to 10 inches or shorter. The entire kale plant may be cut. Quality is improved by frost, and a plant can withstand a light freeze. I think it can withstand a lot harder than just a light freeze. It's just amazing how this vegetable can stay. I mean, ours we had some kale lasted the whole winter last year, which is amazing.
Nice.
I mean, how could you, that's pretty hard to say what kind of vegetable could you put out there and grow all season around.
Yeah, so, really.
That's pretty amazing. Late summer planting usually gives best results. Kale can be harvested into severe freeze in the winter. Oh, there we go. If you want to prolong your growing season, put down a thick layer of mulch to help through the winter. Choose leaves that are bright green and fresh, opposed to yellowing leaves. So there's a picture of kale, and there's the yellow. Ew.
Oh, there's the hairy right there on the
There's
left. That's the hairy kale.
Yep, there's the hail carry kale. Vegetables that contain a plant chemical called glycinolates, sulfur-containing compounds that are broken down after chewing, chopping, or cooking. In nature, glycinolates act as a first-line defense for plants, protecting them from environmental and biological stresses like insects, fungi, fungi, and drought conditions. These same substances are being researched for their proposed ability in humans to affect chronic conditions, including a certain type of cancer and heart disease. So this is what I was talking about, Dr. Eselton, with stopping heart disease and stopping cancer, is with the nitric oxide with the vegetable, with kale, really helps opening things up. But again, only in moderation. These same substances are being researched for proposed ability in humans to affect chronic conditions. Oh, I said that already. Blah, blah, blah. And in studies, it has shown that it inhibits the inflammatory process. Now, as we get older, our body it gets inflamed a lot, right? So we don't want an inflamed body. Inflamed body, when you have inflammatory, your body has a higher tendency to get cancer. So we don't want that. So we stopped at the very beginning. You'll help out not getting cancer in your body. In studies, it has shown that that's what it affects. Prevent the growth and spread of tumor cells. Oh, there we go. And protects healthy cells. Kale remains a highly nutritious food to include as part of a healthy dietary pattern. The 2015 to 2020 guidelines for Americans depend that adults eat a variety of vegetables as part of a healthy meal plan, and specifically at least 1.5 cups of dark green vegetables a day. Now, this is pretty interesting here, guys. People who are placed on blood thinners to prevent blood clots are sometimes concerned about eating kale and other green leafy vegetables that are rich in vitamin K. Vitamin K has a unique action that assists in clotting blood and can interfere with the effects of some blood thinners. However, people taking these medicines can't safely eat these vegetables with a general precaution. Eating a relatively consistent amount from day to day and allow one physician to adjust a dose of medication to balance the dietary intake of vitamin K, and should not interfere with the medication's effectiveness for those who are on blood thinners. And same thing could be said about cauliflower and broccoli. Just don't overdo yourself with anything in the brassica family. Just make sure you check out your physician when eating this. So, eating kale. Another concern has been the goitrogen content of kale. Goitrogen are a naturally occurring substance, sometimes referred as anti-nutrients, that can block iodine from entering the thyroid gland. Iodine is a trace mineral needed for the body to make thyroid hormones that promote normal metabolism. The deficiency of iodine can lead to a condition called goiter, or an enlargement of the thyroid. Healthy persons who eat enough iodine and metabolize iodine normally will not be affected. However, if one has an underactive thyroid called hyperthyroidism, cannot produce enough thyroid hormone, especially in the raw form. So the hairy stuff that Corky was saying, and it may further suppress thyroid activity and increase the risk of goiter. Those who have hyperthyroidism, specifically due to the iodine deficiency, are at greater risk. A simple solution is to cook crucifer vegetables, which deactivates the enzyme responsible for causing the gyotronic effect, including a wide variety of vegetables each week, or or other than will protect against eating excess amount of nitrogens. So with kale, with nutrition level, it's high in vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin A, B6, folate, fiber, manganese. So what I've been saying this whole time since the very beginning, guys, eat kale, eat all these things. Just do not overdo yourself. And if you have any health situations, just make sure you contact your doctor. That is key. So eating kale. Kale has healthy leaves that withstand all types of cooking, boiling, braising, steaming, microwaving, and stir frying. You could add kale leaves to soups, stews, salads, casseroles, or at the start of cooking. Add a few handfuls of chopped kale into a burger, mixing before cooking. It's all about us. We could add all this healthy stuff in our diet just by adding to a burger or omelet and things like that. So, and you would never know it's even there. Use large, hearty lacinato leaves as a wrap to replace breads and tortillas. Oh, that means I got to do that. Ugh. So, guys, just let you guys know, I'm going to be going mostly vegan. So, and I love my tortillas. I love tortillas with cheese and jalapenos. I have that every single day. A lot of jalapenos. You got to see all the jalapenos. So, I'm going to have to try something new, Corky, and put this on video with me with lacinato kale is my...
kale and cheese and jalapenos.
Ooh. So this should be interesting. A lot of stuff's going through my mind right now. Like, what am I, crazy? Because I can't add the cheese either, because that comes from an animal source.
You can do vegan cheese.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if it tastes the same, though.
I can fool myself. It's all good. Add a handful of kale leaves to smoothies. Kale. Oh, also kale with caramelized onions. Ooh, that's good. That's how I like my onions right there.
Yeah.
Even if you put onions in it, that's how I like my kale. I could eat that all the time. I mean, it's the reason why I have it outside grown, because that's how I eat it. That's something. I put some recipes here. Let me see at the chat quick, because I can't see the chat when I'm looking at this. Let's see if anybody else came in. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I see Mike all day.
You know what really makes a good, other than kale, what makes a really good sandwich is if you buy the really big pickles and you cut them in half and you can put all the stuff on your sandwich in between the two pickles. I used to do that.
It's good. I actually done it too.
It was yummy.
Yum, yum, yum. So some recipes. Saute kale. This is one of the simplest and quickest methods to enjoy kale. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil to a saucepan on medium heat. Add 2 cloves of minced garlic. So simple, right? Cook for 1.5 minutes until soften. Add a half a cup of water or broth and 1.5 pounds of kale. Wash stems and leaves coarse chopped. Cover the pan and allow it to cook for 5 minutes until kale is softened and a desired texture. Season with herbs and spices as desired. When you have fresh herbs and spices to everything, it makes such a difference to your dishes.
Oh, completely.
Now, I have diverticulitis, so when I have vegetables, I can't just eat out of the garden any kind of thing that's hard. So for something like kale, I'm not a hairy guy either, Corky.
So you just can't eat a carrot right out of the garden if you wanted to?
I could eat. I don't have any problems with asparagus because I tend to do that a lot. But a carrot, I gotta be very careful. I'll feel my stomach upset if I eat a lot of it. Could I have a bite? Yeah. Could I have a couple bites? Yeah. But if I have a whole large carrot the way I like to grow them, that's not going to work out too well. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times I got to cook my carrots, and I like to put them with honey. I love honey with my carrots.
Really? That's an odd combo.
I like that, and I also like dip.
I like my carrots with ranch.
Yep, you gotta love the ranch. Ranch dressing.
I have tons of carrots out there. I want to go out there and pick them and eat them right now. Oh, yummy.
I still gotta do my surprise run outside and see what I could find out there that I didn't expect to be out there. And I'm sure to find some carrots too. Welcome in, Kim G. Good to see you. And Dean Newman, welcome here. Welcome in.
Hello.
It's good to see you, Dee. I seen Dee today on Trusting God's chat. So I believe. So I'm all over the place when I'm on the internet in the morning. So I kind of get lost, like, oh, I met somebody new today. So welcome in. It's good to see you. And I think they're from Australia, by the way.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty cool. Let me see. So kale chips. So for people who never did kale chips, preheat oven to 350 degrees. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Wash and dry a bunch of kale thoroughly. Use paper towels to blot it if needed, using your hands. Pull leaves from the stems and rip into small pieces, or you may use kitchen shears to cut them from the leaves from stem and into small pieces. Place into a large bowl and drizzle with oil. It's very easy to do. Massage oil evenly into kale. Just touch it and spread it. Spread the layer on a baking sheet. Sprinkle herbs or spices. And I like using some hot pepper powders on them, by the way. Try curry, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, nutritional yeast, or chili powder. Oh, there's a chili powder. Or dehydrated powder. Bake until the leaves shrink and the edges turn slightly brown. About 15 minutes. Now, kale is a pesto. This recipe uses walnuts instead of the classic but more expensive and obscure ingredients of pine nuts. Place into
Pine nuts are so yummy.
pine nuts. Place into a food processor. 2 cups of kale leaves, stems removed. Quarter cup of early virgin, extra virgin olive oil, and 2 cloves of garlic. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm so confused by that. How can you be an extra virgin?
I wonder who named that one.
I don't know.
We got to find out.
What you know. Really a virgin. Extra. Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, come on.
Juby, work on that. Did you know? Did you know?
Yeah. Put that in your did you know?
And so a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil and 2 cloves of garlic. Or, oh man, I'm going to start crying. Oh, it's terrible. Come on. Add a quarter cup of toasted walnuts and pulse into blended. Who wrote this? Add a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese and pulse again until blended. Serve pesto mixed into pasta or whole grains as a sauce for chicken or fish, as a pizza sauce, or spread on crackers. Now here's kale salad. Now this is something you want to start as a kid, because if they eat this, they'll eat anything. Kale salad. If using it in a salad, there are 2 methods to soften the leaves so they are easier to chew. Place leaves in a bowl and drizzle with olive oil. Massage the leaves. You got to massage them for 1 to 2 minutes.
How do you massage them, though? Like, do you knead them?
Yeah, I would say knead them. Knead them, like use your fingers. Yeah. Blanch the leaves by placing a pot of boiling water for 1 minute. Drain the leaves and place into a bowl filled with ice water to quickly stop the cooking because you don't want to overdo. Place leaves in the colander and gently press out the excessive water. Yeah, you don't want that water, so gently press that out. Use paper towels to blot dry as needed. Blanching can also help to remove some of the bitter flavor from kale. Blanching, guys. So, especially in the summer, some of that kale doesn't taste great in the summer, but man, in the spring and winter, so much different.
Yeah.
Sauteed greens. So there's a bunch of kale or other greens, such as you can use collards, 2 cloves of garlic, small onion, olive oil, apple cider vinegar. And apple cider vinegar still seems like that's the in thing for a lot of cooking. A lot of things you could do.
I never had kale that way. I'm sure if it was done that way, I would like it.
And salt and pepper and a pinch of red pepper flakes. Dehydrated pepper or red pepper flakes. Perfect. Oh, here's a smoothie. So kale and blueberries are nutrient dense and provide a number of health benefits. Kale does have a taste that will take a little used to get used to. So start out with a few leaves at first and work your way to 6 to 8 leaves. Spinach has a milder taste and can be used in place of kale. Try other fruits like strawberries, pineapple, oranges to create different flavored smoothies.
Ginger Ninja said, whisper sweet onion sauce to it while you're gently kneading your kale.
Super sweet.
I just love you, kale. You're just so salty. Oily. I don't know.
You're going to go right into my mouth. Welcome in, Grammy Karen. Welcome in, Grammy Karen and Ginger Ninja. There is 38 people in the chat. Thank you guys all for coming. It must be my sort of romantic talk.
You got to romance the kale.
And Ginger Ninja all started it. She did it. Oh.
Mike's cat at gardening said kale needs love too.
Yes. Okay. Had to get my mind in the right direction. So ingredients: 1 large pine ripe banana peeled, 2 to 4 kale leaves, 1 cup of blueberries, and 1 cup of water, and mix it up. Companion planting. What goes good with the kale? We got basil, beans, dill, garlic, hyssop, lettuce, marigolds, mint, onions, radish, rosemary, thyme, and tomato. What's bad companion? Grapes and rue. Now, pests. Kale doesn't seem to be troubled by pests as much as other early season crops or brassicas. Use floating grow covers to help protect from early insect damage. To help to reduce.
They don't like hairy kale either.
Well, even the dinosaurs, nobody, even the big animals with the dinosaurs, they didn't even eat it. Dinosaurs loved it. Can't mess with the dinosaurs. To help reduce disease, do not plant kale or other cole crops in the same location more than every 3 or 4 years. Aphids, beetles, slugs, caterpillars, flea, and whiteflies are the most common pests. Control common cabbage worms and loopers with BT. Some questions. What new leaves develop with the small leaves at the center of plants are removed? No, removing the epical mysteranum prevents further growth. Or ornamental kale edible. So everybody see those things in the fall where you have those nice, cute kale plants? Well, yeah, they are edible, but they're more for the ornamental value. They kind of don't taste the same.
I'm going to grow a ton this year, like just in my pots and stuff, because I like the way it looks. And my husband's like, can you eat that? And I'm like, I don't know. But I looked it up, and apparently you can eat it. But it's so beautiful.
And you have to think, do you ever see the hot pepper ones too in the fall? They have hot pepper ones that are they're really cool. And they're not really made for eating. They don't taste that good. They taste really, I don't know, earthy.
Oh.
It's like, to me, it's like eating dirt. It's like, no, that's okay. I'll go to, where's my jalapenos?
D, unfortunately, cabbage moths love everything. Like, when I first started gardening, I didn't know a darn thing about cabbage moths. And I was telling my husband, I'm like, I'm seeing these white butterflies everywhere outside. They're so beautiful. And I'm like, later on, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a cabbage moth. Want to kill it. Yeah, it's hairy. You've never had the curly kale? It tastes like hair. It tastes like...
And you know what? You can't use surround on it. So basically, you got to really put your marigolds and other stuff around it so you're not going to have those kind of problems. Whiteflies is my nemesis with kale. So whiteflies kind of tend to get there. Hey, welcome in, Carrie Leonard. Welcome in, Carrie. So, we're going to show Juby's video. Let's show. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? Did everybody here know? I don't know. Let's see what she says.
Did you know? Kale edition. Did you know the largest kale was grown by Scott Robb and weighed 105 pounds, 14 and a half ounces at the Alaska State Fair in 2007? The world's tallest kale plant was 18 foot 2 inches, grown in Western Australia in 1987. Did you know that Gideon Oji broke the world record by eating 408 ounces of kale in 8 minutes? That's the size of a 2-year-old child. Wow. Did you know that 1 cup of cooked kale can provide 100% of your vitamin A, and gram for gram has more vitamin C than oranges? Kale might be the hot new thing, but it's been a popular veggie for thousands of years. Even the ancient Greeks ate it. Do you think kale had this major glow up by all dumb luck? Absolutely not. The American Association of Kale hired Oberon Sinclair, a public relations expert on Madison Avenue, to bring kale to the masses. Did you know that kale comes in many colors in addition to green? That's right, you can find kale in many colors to include yellow, white, bluish green, and even purple. This is called dinosaur kale. They don't call it that for no reason. We've been eating and growing kale since as early as the 4th century BC. As hardy as it is, it's simple to grow, and it's one of the most popular vegetables in Europe through the Middle Ages. Did you know? Fun fact, this is called dazzling blue kale. It's actually my kid's favorite variety. It's pretty to look at and tasty and tender. Did you know that if you harvest the outer leaves of the Tuscan or dinosaur kale, you get fun little palm trees just like this as the season goes on? Did you know that National Kale Day is the first Wednesday in October every year? Kale is a notoriously bitter leafy vegetable, but did you know, like other brassicas such as Brussels sprouts and broccoli, not only are they frost tolerant, but they actually react to frost by producing sugars, making it sweeter and less bitter. But don't get it twisted, you won't find me putting kale chips on my ice cream sundae anytime soon. Long ago, kale was also a slang term for money, as in, hand over the kale, sweetheart, and nobody gets hurt. It comes from a Scottish variation on coal, which meant cabbage in Middle English. Did you know Thomas Jefferson was onto the kale craze way before the rest of America? He grew several varieties of kale in his gardens at Montecito in the early 1800s.
Nice.
That was a great job.
Great
That
job.
was awesome. Thank you so much, Juliana. That was a really good job. Dr. Paula Ruffin's episode is not going to be shown today. She's sick. She's not doing well. She's in bed. So, and if you haven't had a chance, make sure you subscribe to both on YouTube, Juby's channel. So, Jane, if you could drop Juby's channel and Dr. Paula Ruffin's, I appreciate it. So, we got some new people that just came in the chat. We got Gills here, Campanton Family Compound. We got Swoop Like Me. Very interesting channel. I've been enjoying her channel. I've been on her channel a lot in the morning. Swoop! And we have, you know why Swoop is here? Because, well, we started talking about vegetables in a different matter. You got to see her Saturday night. That's a different matter. Oh, so check out Swoop. Swoop! And somebody else just came in, but I totally missed it. So thank you, everybody. Oh, Nicole Smith Gardening, welcome in. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry about that. So there's a couple other interesting things. And because, when you have something good, people want to shut it down. Right? And a lot of people, United States, we always overdo a thing. Something's good. We want to make it better. And it doesn't work that way. So I didn't have this on paper, well, the scan, but I had it, other notes. So I want to go over a couple things. Eating kale every day is dangerous. Is that true? The thing, it is not. There was a study found in 2015 that eating kale has really bad effects on you because of the levels in the ground. Let me try to find the right words here. I'm sorry about this. I know I should have had this on paper to organize it. It happens. Oh, lead exposure. The thing is if you have lead exposure, you know how much kale or brassica family vegetables you will have to eat?
What do they mean by lead exposure?
Okay, I got to read this now.
From getting it from the ground?
Yes.
Might be like in some other countries that don't take care of their soil. or something. Or like if you're growing it in your backyard, you're not going to get lead in your.
So here, I'll read it here. Time for the glasses. That would help. Don't I look good? I look old. That's what I look like.
Yeah.
So in 2015, a researcher in California publicized that kale soaks up toxic levels of lead, arsenic, dying from soil as it grows, reportedly leading to problems with cognition and other cognition for and other functions for people who eat kale regularly. Though some soil contain trace amounts of heavy metals and other substances that could be harmful to humans in high amounts, the claims about kale toxicity have never been published in peer reviews. So they put this whole thing out, the whole world, every single paper, everybody had it. That don't eat here. Everything was eat kale, eat kale, eat kale. This report came out, and everybody thinks it was eating kale was toxic.
You just have to grow your own. Don't eat it from the store because you don't know where that's coming from. You don't know where it's been grown. I mean, I guess try organic, but even then, I don't trust it. And I don't eat lettuces from the store either unless I've grown it myself. So with that being said, and that's the same with most vegetables, be careful where you're getting your garlic because a lot of garlic is coming from other countries that don't take care of their soil. They do whatever to the soil, and then where it's getting shipped over here, and then you're eating that, and it's not good for you. So it's moderation thing. Yes, you want to eat everything in moderation, but also take into consideration where you're getting it from as well.
So this is pretty interesting. Just for reference, one study of the Journal of North Carolina Academy of Science found that a typical adult could chew down 153 pounds of kale daily and still be under the safe limit of lead exposure set by the World Health Organization. So, I mean, some of the stuff you read is kind of nuts. That you see bad, but until you do really a lot more research about it, it's all good. Welcome in, Okie Grower, and we got Brampton Gardner and Trusting God. Welcome in. It's good to see you guys. Oh, we're on the big screen. Hello.
But yeah, that's the same. You guys watch where you're getting your vegetables from. There are some vegetables that are grown locally, and right now, not a whole lot. So just watch where you're getting them from. It's grow your own kale because it's not hard. Any lettuce and any kale is super easy to grow. Really easy. So.
I also want to let you guys know Trusting God's going to have a twerking contest. So go over his channel and make sure you subscribe to his channel.
A twerking contest? Oh my Lord.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That all happened this morning. I have no idea who started that conversation.
What is going on over there?
I have no idea what's going on. It's good to see Brampton Gardner here. I love Brampton Gardner. So here's another thing.
Yes.
Myth. Raw kale is better for you than cooked. Not really. It's basically you could have stomach problems from having it raw. It's better just to cook it. The vitamin is not that much of a difference when you cook kale. So I thought that was pretty interesting in some of the.
Okay, yes, you can get lettuce seeds from your lettuce. Typically, though, throughout the year, I usually don't let my lettuce grow into a big head. I usually choose leaf lettuce. That's my favorite anyway. So you're just constantly cutting it, right? And not letting it get mature. But if you let it grow and get mature, it gets gross. You don't want to eat it anymore. It's spent, and it will start producing seeds for you. And it's real easy to collect those seeds. You'll see them right away. And it typically also happens when it gets really hot. I try to grow lettuce in the late April, early May here in 6B. But if it gets hot too soon, it will shoot up real fast, get seeds. So
So built on a rock homestead. About 30 minutes from me is a closed gas station mini store. One of the gas pumps sold leaded gas. Don't grow vegetables by old-fashioned gas pumps. Yeah, that's a fact. Oh,
Yeah.
and Brampton Gardner says, my back won't like twerking. Okay. There was another statement there. Oh, also with there is a little difference when you cook your kale, but it's not so far where it's not great benefit.
Is it best to just steam it? Because I know with like some spinach and stuff, if you cook it for too long, it just gets mushy. So is it best just to like steam it?
You could steam it, then just put some. I would put some pepper powder, dehydrated pepper on it. You could do it that way. It just, I know you want the hairs out of your mouth though when you have that. So I would more or less just like use it as a stir fry.
That sounds good. I might make stir fry after this.
The best way to boost your kale intake is through juices. So this is the fact. Sure, juicing may seem like a quick and easy way to consume more vegetables, especially if you don't like the slighter, bitter taste of leaves. Just know that from a nutritional standpoint, sipping juice isn't the same thing as adding kale to your diet. The juicing process emits the vegetable pulp, and with it, most of the fiber. So if you are putting your kale and juicing it, you're not getting, it's not going to pull you up, and it's not as nutritious because of the pulp. So that's it with that. Let me see. So I got a couple other things here with kale. And I just find it interesting with the overlap in the food and what the press says. It's like reading one sentence, then people will just run with it instead of doing their own research. And it happens to society today.
I just don't trust anything anymore. It's almost like when you hear something, you better Google it and figure it out for yourself because it probably won't be true like 10 minutes from then. Like, it's ridiculous. So take your own judgment. Don't eat a whole lot of kale. Have it a couple times a week. If you're going to do that, make it in your garden. You can grow it in a pot. You can do lots of things with it. And, use your own judgment.
Yeah, you don't want to juice it because you're losing that benefit, Kathleen.
Are you? I thought only you lose that benefit if you cook it. Really?
No, because it's made to fool yourself up. It just you want that pulp in it in the juice. I mean, it's not bad. It's not saying it's bad. It's kind of a waste. You want to get the most nutrient level when you.
I did the mean green diet for like 2 days, and I almost died. Not died literally, like I was starving to death. Me and my husband thought it would be so great, you do the kale, couple apples, and throw some stuff together and drink nothing but this wonderful juice. Yeah. And it was even worse because I had to go to a baby shower like a couple days into my mean green diet. And I was starving to death. I'm like, I want little mini sandwiches and baby cookies. What? That's not fair. It was horrible.
So with Brampton Gardner, oh yeah, and add onions and garlic and salt and blah blah blah.
Hey, Shawnee Shab, thanks for coming in.
And it's good to see our treasured home here. Let's see, what did I miss? Other Shawnee, welcome in, Shawnee. And Wickershire Project made a comment before, and I thought it was, here we go. I'll meet halfway. I'll be willing to watch someone eat kale, and yeah. So you don't want the hairy stuff in your mouth. That's what you're trying to say.
It does. It feels like hair in your mouth, like pokey. I don't like it. That whatever kale that is. Now they're saying to try the dinosaur kale, and I just might eat that. But
welcome in, Shanna. It's good to see you. Working in the background watching. Okay, but there is issues with eating kale, and we're going to go over those effects right now. So thyroid issues, and for Corky's husband, no, he has kidney stone issues, but there's also issues with thyroid. Again, kale's good in moderation, guys. So just be careful, don't overdo it. And we look how many things of kale
Yeah.
they're talking about to overdo it.
Yeah.
That's nuts. You know, you can have kale every day. Just don't have, oh, I'm gonna have 5 pounds of kale today, 5 pounds kale tomorrow, and during the weekend I'm gonna have 20. You know, so thyroid issues. Kale, like all cruciferous vegetables, contain goitrogens, which can interfere with the function of the thyroid gland. However, unless you have pre-existing thyroid conditions or have consumed a extremely large amounts of kale, this shouldn't be a major concern. Again, see your doctor. So if you have thyroid issues, see how much kale you're allowed to eat. You can have some. I bet you could have some without any issues. But if you have eating it every day, then again, talk to your doctor. That's the most important thing. Gas and bloating. Kale is high in fiber, which is great for our digestion, but can also lead to gas and bloating in some people. So, well, if you have your loved one fart in her sleep during the night, she might have had some gas and bloating going on. She had too much kale. You just got to let her know.
But you know what? Broccoli could do the same thing.
It's in cauliflower too. It's a lot of your brassica family.
Yeah.
So kidney stones. Now this is very important. Kale is high in oxalates, which can contribute to the formation of kidney stones in a susceptible individual. So if you have a history of kidney stones, it's best to limit your intake or avoid it altogether. So there we go.
Yeah.
Again, guys, when we have our channel, our growing guides are a little different than anything you're ever going to see because we want to talk about it. We want to enjoy talking about it. We want you guys to enjoy to grow it and have it. But we also want to show you some precautions with the bugs and whatever else is going on.
Right.
We want to make sure you get it. We want to make sure we do the growing guide from A to Z, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything. But we also want to,
you can't use the clay on your brassicas, but you can use DE. So if you're having issues with getting bugs or whatever in there, you can use DE. A little bit of bugs are okay. You just don't want a ton of bugs eating your entire head of your broccoli or your entire head of your cauliflower or cabbage or whatever you're planting. But you can use DE, a little bit of DE on that. It's not going to hurt anything. And unless it's flowering or getting flowers on it, you're not going to hurt the bee population. So
yeah, and you don't want to eat no surround on it because that's what you're eating. So same thing if you use surround, on a tomato plant, you don't put your tomato plants on surround. You'll see a lot of people using it on fruit trees, but those vegetables are really wiped off really, really good. Okay. Okay. So stomach irritation, digestive discomfort. Some people may experience stomach discomfort and digestive issues after eating kale, especially if have a sensitive digestion or condition like irritable bowel syndrome. So there we go.
That's not
like, whoa! I bet you that affects a lot of people around here.
What?
Detox symptoms. Kale is thought to have detoxifying effects on the body, but this can also lead to temporary unpleasant symptoms like headaches, nausea, and fatigue. It's best to slowly introduce kale into your diet and increase your intake gradually. Again, everything starts slow, put it in moderation, and you should never have a problem. Why am I thinking I want like a pie of pizza though right now?
I want pizza. I have a whole lasagna in the freezer downstairs.
I was going to take a half a day of work today. I was going to go to Rutgers had a ball game today. They played Miami, and Rutgers won, by the way. But I never made it. I never made it to the bar. I should have made it to the bar. Who knows what you would have seen today? Let me see. Allergic reactions. So allergic reactions. Some people may have allergic reactions to kale, such as skin irritation or digestive issues like bloating and diarrhea. If you experience any of those symptoms after eating kale, it's best to stop consuming it and speak with a healthcare professional.
So don't eat a bunch of kale before you go on a date.
You can see it right now. Oh, what did I eat? Blood sugar changes. Kale is low in carbohydrates, but can also have an effect on blood sugar levels in some individuals. Those with diabetes or blood sugar concerns should monitor their blood sugar levels and speak with a healthcare professional about adding kale to their diet. Again, the good, bad, and ugly. And we want to make sure it's out there for everyone.
Bye, Dee. Thanks for coming in.
Take care, Dee. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Yeah, Mark is safe from dating.
That's okay. Stay at home, eat your kale, just don't go far away from the toilet. You'll be fine.
And the same thing with all your brassicas, by the way. It's because the same kind of thing, including kale. Bye, Dee. A drug interaction. Kale may also interact with certain medications, including some blood pressure and diabetes medications. Again, it is important to just talk to your doctor.
Yeah, and that is the same with blood thinners as well. I know my dad, when he was on Coumadin, he had to watch. He couldn't just have a salad. Like, he had to watch every little thing that he ate. So you do have to watch that kind of stuff.
Again, kale is very potent, guys. It's very nutritious. But it's like if you had one vitamin, right? You ever see people take their vitamins, right? They take an all-purpose vitamin. Then also they have another vitamin, another vitamin, another vitamin. They just had like 10 times the dose of vitamin C and other vitamins. They're not doing anything for their body. Some people say, oh, yeah, you only take this much excess and you pee it out or whatever. It just goes to waste. Some other vitamins don't work that way. Some do, some don't. So that excessive vitamin A intake, for example. Kale is high in vitamin A, and consuming too much can lead to toxicity symptoms like nausea, headache, and dry skin. I'm good. It is important to balance out your intake of vitamin A-rich foods and not solely on kale to meet your vitamin A needs. Wow. I got so much information. I should have had this on paper. Low calcium absorption. Kale also contains substances that can inhibit the absorption of kale from other foods. Be sure adequate calcium intake is important to consume a variety of calcium-rich foods in addition to kale. Welcome in, Carolyn. And thank you. There's 41 people in the chat. Appreciate everyone here. Thank you guys so much. Loss of appetite. Some people may experience a loss of appetite after consuming large amounts of kale, particularly raw kale in salads. I wonder why. You just can't. It doesn't.
It's all the little hairs.
Now, this is very important. What Corky talked about before is know where you get your kale from. So, pesticide residues. Kale is often found on a list of most pesticide-contaminated produce. So be sure to buy organic kale or thoroughly washed, conventionally grown kale from before consuming. So exactly what Corky just said. So overall, what I just talked about. Who shouldn't eat kale? Well, first, I think everybody should eat kale. But again, talk to your doctor if you have any issues. And in those who have allergies or blood thinning medications or low iron levels with anemia or those at risk for vitamin A intake, make sure you talk to your doctor and make sure you limit it to start. Always limit your kale and other stuff before you move up anyway. Welcome in, Barb Brownlee. Good to see you. Individuals who experience negative symptoms after eating kale, such as loss of appetite, digestive discomfort, should stop consuming it and speak with your professional. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, guys, growing kales, it is really beneficial. Just limit. It's easy to grow. You can grow in pots, containers, out in the ground. It doesn't. It's use trifecta. You put it out there. It's so simple. Using containers limits the weeds, so you don't have to have any of those kind of effects with your animals. Use marigolds around it. Make sure you companion plant. Put your chives and stuff around it. It's perfect. It works out really well. Okay, so we're going to go to our next. Let me see what I have here, guys. Make sure if I'm missing something. Oh, kale diseases. Okay. Quirky, can you say this on the line?
Yep.
Did it come up? Okay. So black spot, gray spot. So these are some of the diseases you get on your plant. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is your black spot on your kale, or this is actually a collard, but see the spotting right there? If you get mold when you start, that's what these things look like over here to the right. So this is where it's more or less just pulled out, start over again. You got mold on your plant, guys. Anytime you have mold, you don't want to keep that in the garden. Get that out, add some compost, and I would try to clear that area out as much as possible. You want some airflow in there too. Dampening off issues. So there's your dampening off issues, which makes it very fragile here. So make sure when you dampen off your starts. Downy mildew. So that's what that looks like. Downy mildew. It's very important that we start learning what bugs are and what diseases in plants are. So this is what downy mildew looks like. Hopefully you guys find this a little interesting, because I think it's very interesting, because a lot of people don't know about it. It just puts some food out there and let me grow it, and that's it. Well, this is just taking it up a notch. Welcome in Riverdale Gardens. Good to see you. Thank you. And yes, kale is awesome. This is black rot. Pest. Oh, look at that little army worm. Oh.
Yeah.
And there's these. Look at that little fur guy.
Yuck.
And that's the larvae right there. So I want to make sure I go through this fast. I don't want to stay here for too long. Look at the aphids. Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's an infestation. Boo. Where are those ladybugs?
You want to just take a torch to everything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Light a match.
there it blows. Hey, welcome in, Serena. It's so good to Serena. It's so good to see you. I see Serena in Gardener Scott's live all the time. She goes, when can micro tomato seeds be started, and should I stagger them, or does it matter? It doesn't matter, Serena. Start your micro tomatoes right now. I know I'm going to start mine very soon. So, Juby, if you could write down the community with Jen on Facebook, that tomato group you're in, and they're having a micro. I don't know what the term was. It's not micro fiesta, but it's a huge micro community with tomatoes. So Juby, if you could write down Serena, check out Juby. She's going to write down a comment. Check out this site. You will absolutely love it. Okay, so cabbage loopers. That's what an egg looks like, guys. But most of the time when we look at your plants, you see these holes in the leaves, just like this one here to the right. And they're creepy little crawlers. And you're never going to see them. Like this one right here to the right, they just blend right on in with the plant. Mm-hmm. Cutworms. So look at that greasy cutworm. Yeah. You greasy sucker. But that's what a cutworm looks like. Army cutworm. Anything that says army, that's what scares me. That means there's a lot more coming right at you.
Yuck.
Moth. So another, almost like a cabbage looper. But there's a moth as a moth adult. So that's what those look like. Look how they just feed it. They really tear apart everything. It totally ruin your garden. flea beetles. Hope
Yummy.
you, hope you guys like this part because there's so much to learn in this, and I don't think any channels really go over this with bugs and insects. I just think it's important to learn, and I know I got to do a better job. Look at
The
the
flea
adult.
beetles usually don't do that much damage. If you just planted your plants, they might, but for the most part, they don't. You do. I've never had them do that much damage.
Yeah, this is a heck of a lot of damage. Look at. Oh my God! I almost instead of says shot hole, I was going to say something different because that's where it should go. That's where it looked like it came out of. Actually, never mind. I hope that flew right past you. Um, cabbage worm.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
it! It's so beautiful. And then
Look at them fly. Keep on flying to the moon. So we're talking about cabbage flies before.
yuck.
Ugh. So if you guys were hungry, I just made you a lot less hungry. I'm trying to do my job.
I don't know about borage, Serena, but I know nasturtium repels a lot of insects. That's why I grow it. They don't like the way it tastes, and I grow that all over my garden.
Yes, nasturtiums are very good with cabbage and cutworms, especially especially with both. So thrips, thrips or thripes. I always said thrips. I don't know if that's I would pronounce that wrong the whole time.
I think it's thrip. Thripe. It's thripe.
Yes, see, you want to say thrip, then all of a sudden you want to say thripe. I'm like, what the heck is it?
I think it's thripe. Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never seen those before either. Those are scary.
That one over to the right. Look at the funny
Yeah.
face that guy want to make.
No thanks. Blech.
Get away, rat. Nematodes.
Oh, I just love those toads.
Okay. So that was something a little different I wanted to show you guys. When I'm going through these things, guys, I can't see anything in the chat. So, but I agree with becoming a green stalker. So gross.
Just wear gloves and kill them.
Words repel stuff, but I can't recall all it does. That's the reason why we plant everything in the garden. Plant all those, nasturtiums and marigolds and borage. Anything good for the bees. It seems like everything good comes in. Make it simple.
Nasturtium lasts for me, it lasts to the very last second at the end of the fall. So I love when it does that because all the bees go to it. The bumblebees love it. It's like their last flower of, the garden. And so I love planting the nasturtium. And I have one that comes back almost every year and it's freaking humongous now. It's like, it's adapted to the soil and it just it takes over. It's crazy.
Just wondering in the chat, who hasn't grown kale and why? So I'm expecting every single person here to grow kale. If you haven't, I just want to know why you haven't tried it and why. I'm putting you on the spot. Time to get the glasses out again. Well, Mike's inside and outside. And the bees love blue spice basil. And these garden adventures, they love it. Love it.
I grew kale one year with salsify and I tasted this, it was okay. But I was like, oh, I'm going to try this salsify. They call it the oyster of the garden. It was disgusting. I will never eat salsify ever again.
Yeah, Serena, yes. The answer is yes, Serena. It all helps out. They can still get to the plant, but it does repel a little. Just like every single vegetable. Nothing is a science where I could plant marigolds, for example, and the bugs could still get to it. Aphids will still get to it, but it helps out. Juby with the blue kale, the dinosaur.
With their blue kale on.
And you know what? Built on a Rock Homestead. Let me know. Built on a Rock Homestead's been with me since day one. Built on a Rock Homestead. Just email me. I know you did it before. Just email me again. I hope you had a good birthday, by the way, last week. So happy birthday again. I was trying to look for the words again. It's birthday month. Whoop, whoop. It's almost over. Just let me know what seeds you would like. Mike has seeds for everything. I've grown like 20 varieties.
You could grow it in a pot too. I think Joe said that's what you do, right? You grow it in a pot, kale. So you can grow it in a pot too. If you don't think you have enough room, just get a big pot, grow it in there.
So Purple Tea Bear says, I don't have any kale seeds and never had any room in my garden to grow it. So I'm telling you, just start one, get one seed or two or three, and just put it in a pot somewhere, or put it next to something.
Lettuce is really good to grow in pots too.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to try something different in a garden. And Brampton Gardner goes, what the kale? What the kale? What the kale? We got a happy birthday from Dancing Alone with Rentals.
Hello, Rentals. I didn't see you pop in. Happy birthday. Oh, wait. No, it's not his birthday.
No, Built on a Rock Homestead.
Happy birthday, Built on a Rock.
I had a good birthday because you came on Surprise Live. And Swoop gave a little heart. Swoop, swoop. Instead of whoop, whoop, we gotta swoop, swoop.
Borage doesn't need cold stratification, and you can start nasturtium and borage 3 weeks before your last frost date, or you can direct sow them right after the main frost.
So
last year was the year of borage. I can tell you what, my borage got out of control. My husband had to chop some of it down because it was ridiculous. It was just like taking over the garden. And we planted it right by the tomatoes. And it was just like the bees and everything. It was just nuts. I've never seen anything like it.
So happy birthday to Serena. Happy birthday, Serena.
Happy birthday.
So her birthday is tomorrow. Okay, let me get to the next spot we're doing. Let me just check this out quick, see if I'm missing something. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, guys, we're going to get to our seeds.
Woo! Party!
So this is the seeds we're going to go over today, and you guys have a chance to win them. So thank you guys for all staying here. We have 37 people in the chat right now, which is awesome. Deborah Richardson, welcome in. So we're talking about the pineapple tomato. Look at the color in that tomato, guys.
Oh my gosh. Just look at it.
Looky.
Just look at it.
Look. Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
And they're huge too. They grow up to 2 pounds. Pound and a half tomato. Sweet and fruity. Corky's going to talk a little bit about the package. At my garden.
All righty. So this is a pineapple tomato. It's an indeterminate. And my gardener's favorite. This variety yields tomatoes up to 2 pounds each. The color is breathtaking, with a red and yellow marbled pattern that reaches all throughout the tomato. Sweet and sour. Tastes like a tomato, but has a pineapple and citrus tones as well. Late season tomato with high yields. And it does have high yields. I've grown this before. I've gotten massive fruit from it. However, I did not like the acid in it. When I took a bite of it, it burnt my lips. So I don't know what's up with that. But start indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. Days to germinate are 5 to 10 days. Germination temperature, 70 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 21 to 32 degrees Celsius. Days to maturity is 75 days. Plant spacing, you want to plant them 18 to 36 inches apart. And the fruit size is up to 2 pounds. So you get massive tomatoes. I would compare it to a Kellogg's breakfast. It gets pretty big. And of course, just like everything they say, tomatoes come in a variety of colors. Therefore, we can learn to determine ripeness through other senses. As tomatoes ripen, their colors become shiny. The weight of the fruit begins to increase when the firmness starts to give away. As tomatoes reach the peak ripeness, their aroma will begin to become stronger, signaling that they are ready. And you can use clean shears to cut the tomato from the stem. And you guys know how to do that. It's indeterminate. You want to plant this 1/8 of an inch deep, and you want to make sure that it is in full sun.
Our second packet.
I don't have tomato allergies, but no, I mean, seriously, I took a bite of that one and it burnt my lips. It was very high in acid. And I don't know if maybe it was just the way we were growing it or what, but it was our first time growing it and we haven't grown it since because of that. But if you guys don't have issues like that or whatever, have at it. People think it's delicious. So
okay. Betty Barnes said, I did my seed order today from My Gardener. Betty, just to let you know, did you use #GrowBig? And Corky, why would you use #GrowBig?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I know. 10% off. 10% off. That's why you want to use that hashtag.
And if you spend how many dollars, you get free shipping.
Yeah, if you spend $18, which you're going to, if you spend $18, you get free shipping, and use our #GrowBig, you will get an additional 10% off. So you're getting really, really good seeds for a very, very good price. So
I hope Betty, that you use those hashtags. Because then you get a couple cups of coffee in the morning for free.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just said. It doesn't matter. Dark opal basil. Ooh. Look at that, guys.
I've grown this before, and it looks wonderful. I did not like the way it dried because the way I use basil, I dry it in my dehydrator. So everything in my jar just looked black. So, but you may like it. So, okay, let's talk about it. Dark opal basil. This beautiful variety is grown as much for decoration as it is for flavor. With deep purple leaves, dark stems, and lilac flowers, this variety is a perfect garnish and can add a pop of color to pestos, salad dressings. Not only is it a variety delicious, it is also stunning filler for bouquets and arrangements. Yes, it is a really beautiful thing. And actually, I did a lot of hanging baskets that year that I made it, and I would put it in the hanging baskets, and it just really made a beautiful color in there. It was really, really pretty. You want to start it indoors 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. Direct sow after the last frost. Days to germinate are 7 to 14 days. Germination temperature is 70 degrees, and the temperature in Celsius is 21 degrees. Days to maturity is 65 days. Plant spacing is 4 to 12 inches. And plant size, it grows about 18 to 20 inches in a bush. And you want to grow this about 1/4 of an inch deep. Now, these are really small seeds, so you could just sprinkle them and then lightly cover them over. They are also really container friendly, full sun, and it promotes new growth. So if you just like with any herbs, you want to cut them, and then it will grow back, and it will grow back bushier and stuff like that. So, all right. Wait to harvest. I'm going to have to read it from here. Wait to harvest until after foliage fills in after your first pinching. Pinch the tops of your stems above the new growth intersection. Pruning and pinching your plant will promote more growth, creating beautiful bushy plant. Make sure to harvest extra for the off season, either dehydrating it, freezing it in ice cubes, or adding it to oils. And I usually dehydrate. I've tried doing like in oils and freezing it and stuff. I just don't have a lot of room in my freezers. So dehydrating is my best way to preserve something like that. So
And Brantha Garner says she likes it in bouquets as well. So that's another thing. But I don't like dried basil for some reason. I only freeze it in olive oil to preserve. In Mike's Chaotic Gardening, I freeze my basil or eat fresh. So there's so many different ways. And welcome in Lulu's Treasure Trove. It's good to see you.
hello.
Okay, so what's our next vegetable?
One of my favorite vegetables. It's not the favorite, but it's one of my favorite, and it's really great with ranch dressing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, kohlrabi. This is the purple Vienna. The purple and the white, there's two different kinds. The white is just as good as the purple, but the purple just seems to have that extra oomph to it. I don't know why, but it does. So a pre-1860s heirloom, the purple Vienna kohlrabi, produces a bulb just above the soil in a vibrant purple color on the exterior with a bright white center. The leaves are tender and resemble a young kale leaf. The cabbage flavor flesh is white and delicious, cooked or raw. Excellent source of vitamin C. By the way, I have never cooked my kohlrabi and never makes it that far. I eat it raw. And pretty much everything from my garden I eat raw, which is crazy because it usually never makes it to the frying pan. Start indoors 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. Direct sow after the last frost. By the way, it's really cold hardy. I wouldn't say that it's like 100% frost hardy. Like if you're going to have a heavy frost, it might kill it, but it's like a cabbage. So it's pretty cold hardy. So just to let you know. Days to germinate are 7 to 10 days. Germination temperature, 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit and 10 to 19 degrees Celsius. Days to maturity are 55 to 60 days. Plant spacing, 4 to 6 inches. And it can get to 12 to 18 inches tall. And these are really small seeds. So it's 1/4 of an inch deep. You want full sun, and it says it's cold tolerant. And you want it 4 weeks. You want to start it 4 weeks before the last frost, or you can direct sow it. But it's delicious. Even if you just get like 3 or 4 seeds of it, start it. You can eat the leaves of it as well. Harvest kohlrabi once the bulb reaches the size of a tennis ball, approximately 3 inches in diameter. When desired size is close, be mindful of the weather. Excess water from the heavy rainfall can cause kohlrabi to split, so harvest your crop before a rain, which I've never known to do that. And usually, I've just never done that. So, but that's really good advice.
So Riverdale Garden says kohlrabi grew for the first time 4 years ago. It is the must in a garden ever since.
Yeah, it's totally delicious. Yeah.
It is so good.
The only thing is cutting it. Do you have problems cutting it?
No.
Oh,
it is a problem with cutting because you have to get underneath. But I kind of just pull it out. I just work my way from there.
Yummy.
It is a must. My expectations for it was very little, and I wasn't sure the first time I grew it, like what is this going to taste like? It's supposed to taste like a little bit like broccoli, and I'm like, well, that sounds good. But
it's
man,
nothing
when you
like that.
Oh, it's so good.
How do you compare it? Okay. It tastes like cabbage.
Right.
It has a cabbage flavor.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's hard like a carrot. And it's kind of sweet. So it's delicious.
It's definitely a must. Definitely, guys. And the purple is my favorite. This is definitely my favorite.
Yeah. And I don't think the bugs go after the purple as much either. So
That is true. Next
okay.
vegetable. Garlic chives.
Yes, I love anything garlic, by the way. My husband yells at me in the summertime because I eat a lot of onions and stuff. I end up smelling, or it comes out my pores. Yeah, but I love garlic and I love garlic chives. And you can use this as a pesticide in your garden. If you make a tea out of it for your garden, put it in your garden sprayer and spray it on your cucumbers because the cucumber bugs hate it. Hate it. So, garlic chives, closely related to shallots, leeks, and scallions. But why don't I grow those? That's what I need to do. Leeks, scallions, shallots, I need to grow those. I suck at growing onions. I need to grow those. Duh. I don't know what I'm thinking. This onion variety is used as an herb in most recipes. The white flowers are edible as well and add a delicious touch to garlic to any salad. Plants somewhere spacious where they can overtake. Chives like to rain and are very handy to use fresh. This perennial is hardy and grows well in pots. This is my thing, is I have it in my bed. I don't have garlic, but I have regular chives in my bed. And yes, they do take over. It hasn't taken over the entire bed, like oregano or something, but it does take over. When it starts to bloom, I take half the blooms away. So when it does go to seed, I'm only getting half of those seeds replanted because that way it's not taking over my entire thing. You can also use those beautiful flowers. You can put them in a vinegar, you can put them in olive oil, and you can make yourself a really, really nice garlicky olive oil taste. In that. So that's something to think about too. And they're really easy to grow. You really honestly cannot kill them. I mean, it's really easy to grow. Direct sow 2 weeks before the last frost, 10 to 14 days for germination. Germination temperature, 55 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit or 12 to 23 degrees Celsius. Days to maturity is 30 to 45 days. Plant spacing 6 to 8 inches. And they get up to 14 inches tall. And they get really tall. I love sometimes just to run my hands through them because that wonderful onion smell just comes right out. And it's like, oh, it smells so good. A fourth of an inch deep. They're container friendly. You want to put them in full sun, but they also like partial shade. Mine's under a huge maple tree, so it does get a little bit of sun, but that partial shade that it needs as well. Chives work as a cut and come again as a perennial. Cut back at any time for them to reemerge. Given the chance to flower, the blossoms are also edible. Use them in a garnish in dishes or soak them in a vinegar for a fresh salad dressing. And it's absolutely delicious.
And what a difference it is when you make it your own than in the store. You never have to go to the store. It's right there for you.
Kathleen, if you were having a hard time getting them to grow, find somebody that has a piece of them. Or go to Lowe's or Home Depot or something where they have chives and use those and plant those. And then they will come back every year. Because, yes, I had a hard time getting them to grow as well. And I questioned the seeds. Not M.I. Gardner. I didn't get them from M.I. Gardner, but I did question the seeds where I got them from because I was like, man, these just aren't growing. And then somebody gave me a piece of their chives. And ever since then, it's just exploded. So try and get it from somebody else and see if that works out for you. But the M.I. Gardner seeds might pull through for you. So get those. Those are the highest quality seeds. I got mine from a local grocery store and they didn't do very well. So something to think about. Okay, now we're on to dinosaur kale. And this reminds me, this cracks me up. Jess from Roots and Refuge used to grow this all the time. And her little son used to go over and just like eat it out of, pretend he was a dinosaur and just like go over there and eat it out of the garden. It used to crack me up. It was funny. Okay, so we're on to dinosaur kale. And we just talked about a bunch about kale. So An heirloom variety with 3-inch wide blue-green leaves. The plant is very cold tolerant and prolific producer. Leaves become more tender and flavorful after a hard frost. Tastes great when steamed or stir fried. Versatile enough for juicing. Replace these kale leaves for a traditional lettuce, wraps, or a crunchier wrap. Make sure to massage the leaves and lemon juice before serving for the best nutrients and flavor. Excellent source of vitamin C and A and nutrients, iron, and calcium. And I think I totally said that wrong. And you want to plant it about a fourth to a half inch deep. It's container friendly. You want to plant it in a full sun or partial shade. It is very cold tolerant. So 4 to 6 weeks before last frost, direct early spring or midsummer. Days to germinate are 7 to 10 days. Germination temperature is 55 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 to 23 degrees Celsius. Days to maturity are 30 to 60 days. Plant spacing 12 to 18 inches. And plant size is 18 to 24 inches tall. To harvest the baby greens, begin to cut the outer leaves of the young foliage 30 days after they are sown. To harvest off of mature plants, begin after 55 days after sowing. Using clean, sharp shears, cut the outer leaves to allow the center to continue to produce new growth. Kale, like most brassicas, becomes sweeter after a kiss of frost. Man, a lot of massaging and kissing here.
That's my kind of plant.
Seriously, it's great, and to mature in 30 to 60 days, that is a survival food, guys. Right there, that is really, really quick. So, it sounds great. Sounds like something I want to plant.
So everything we're talking about, we're giving out in a couple minutes. I think we got 2 left.
All right. The Jimmy Nardello. Hello, Jimmy. The Jimmy Nardello pepper. Okay, so it's sweet, which it doesn't look like a sweet pepper. It looks like something very, very hot, but it's a sweet pepper. A highly prized grilling pepper used in Italian cooking with the genetics that can be traced back to the early 1900s. The Jimmy Nardello plants produce many deep red, medium mild peppers that are curved at the top and measure around 5 inches long. These peppers are excellent, fresh or dried. Yummy. That makes me want to eat some peppers.
I love this on a grill.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
Definitely.
Okay, so 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost, you want to start it indoors then. Days to germinate is 10 to 21 days. Germination temperature is 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 to 29 degrees Celsius. Days to maturity are 75 days. Plant spacing 12 to 18 inches and fruit size is 6 to 10 inches long. They are sweet pepper. You want to grow them about a fourth of an inch deep. They're container friendly. So Kaylin, get to growing those peppers. And you want to put them in full sun. To harvest peppers, use sharp shears to cut the pepper stem from the plant to avoid damage. Once peppers are mature, their specialized color and the fruit will become more tender, signaling its ripeness. Yummy.
So the Wickershire Project said, oh my God, look at that germination, 75 degrees. Did I read that right? I'm not sure if I read that right. And Betty Barnes said, shears to harvest mature kale, just pull down at the base of the leaf and snap right off. Well, they got to be politically correct. So they got to use it the right terms. So, yes, you could just snap it on off or do exactly what Corky just said.
So, I love peppers.
I love peppers too. I've grown this. I absolutely love it. But it's better for the grill. You just put on a grill up, toss and turn a little bit, and there you go.
Yummy.
So this is pretty interesting. Now, I have never grown this, just because I pay attention to more things in my garden than watermelon. But I
I
plan to
grew
try.
watermelon last year for the first time. It didn't work out very well. I had bugs eat it before I could harvest it. I've only tried the yellow doll hybrid before, which is a yellow um, watermelon. I've never tried an orange one. I'm just curious to know like what it tastes like. So if your curiosity is getting you, this might be the watermelon for you. So, the tender sweet orange watermelon. This heirloom watermelon is an orange fleshy variety, producing large watermelons that are bursting with flavor and have minimal seeds. Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds
The,
really
the rind is not as thick as other varieties, so its shelf life is not as long. The fruit on the sweet and juicy without a hint of bitterness.
good.
Each plant can produce between 5 to 7 melons or 2 to 3 larger ones. Warm weather loving and less susceptible to powdery mildew than other melons. A guarantee it hit among kids and adults alike. Yeah, it sounds good. You want to start it indoors about 3 weeks before your last frost. Direct sow 1 to 2 weeks after the last frost. Days to germinate are 7 to 10 days. Germination temperature is 70 to 80 degrees or 21 to 31 degrees Celsius. Now, for me, if I do this before my last frost, it will be a vine before I could get it in the ground. So I probably would start this in the middle of May and then plant it probably after Memorial Day. So if you're in 6B, you might have that issue as well. And so I will plant probably around Memorial Day so it can get that germination at least of 70 to 80 degrees. I don't want it to die off on me. Days to maturity is 80 to 90 days. So I probably wouldn't be harvesting this until fall. Plant spacing is 4 to 6 feet. Fruit size is 25 to 30 pounds. Yeah, baby. I want a 30 pounder. That's what I'm talking about.
Huge.
Yeah. A half-inch deep is how you want to plant the seeds. 2 to 3 seeds in a mound and full sun. And it's a climbing variety. You can get it to climb. Can you imagine having a 30 pounder climb? Wow, that'd be awesome.
That is awesome.
Signs to signify ripe fruit. This is where I always have a problem. The tendril closest to the fruit will be dried up once the melons are close to ripeness. You will also notice a change in the rind color and pattern. The stripes will stretch, putting more space between them. And when they are ripe, the melon will come off the vine easily.
Now, what I noticed with water grown watermelon, your soil is so important for a sweet tasting watermelon. If you grow in crappy soil, a lot of the times you have that's not as sweet. So if you have problems, work your soil. That's all I can say about with watermelon. Then again, that's with all plants, right? Everything starts with the soil. And that's it, guys. So that's the seeds we're going to give out. We might have to think of 2 other questions because, well, I have 7 varieties, 7 questions. I might have to figure out 2 more. I'm not sure what they're going to be yet. So the first one, Porky has the questions and the answers.
Okay.
Okay, this is for the pineapple tomato. So good luck, everyone. First answer wins. You can win multiple times. It's just how we roll here. So,
I want that watermelon, man. That watermelon. Okay. First question. Are you guys ready out there? Are you ready? Okay. What brand first produced ranch dressing?
say it again in case they didn't hear you.
What brand first produced ranch dressing?
So who produced ranch dressing?
Oh! Ooh, Yes, we got a winner. Christy Baum.
Christy Baum, congratulations. Make sure you email me. Jane, if you can write down my information, my email, gardenstategardener@yahoo.com. And make sure you email me right away your address and exactly what you want. So that's very important. Exactly what you want and your address. gardenstategardener@yahoo.com. Let me see if I have a banner.
Wickershire said great value. Wrong answer. Can you type questions? I am almost deaf and can't view captions until tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on now. I don't know. Okay. Hold on. Where?
Next time we do this, guys, we'll have it written down to make sure it's easier for you to read. That is my fault. I was running last second, and I just texted a Corky. So I apologize for not being on paper. What? Walmart's taking over?
Okay, hold on. It's giving me a... Okay, cool. Okay. Next question is, where was Caesar salad invented? Where was Caesar salad invented?
Winter gets dark, opal basil.
Boom, Brandon Gardner got it. Mexico.
Congratulations to Brampton Gardner. Oh, if anybody also wants to Venmo or PayPal, my message is down below, my Venmo, PayPal. And the way we work that is Corky and we split 50% over whatever we do here. So if anybody wants to donate, more or less it just goes to seeds and other stuff. But gradually, yes, we would like to make a little bit of income. And definitely I would love to not Uber anymore. But it is what it is. So generally that sort of stuff, if anybody wants to donate, that's how we do things here. And Gail said, I didn't know that. So the next winner of the question is going to win garlic chives.
Garlic chives. Okay. Sorry, I was typing it in. So, what traditional Japanese salad is typical with sushi? What traditional Japanese salad is typical with sushi?
Hmm. And Ted just said Hidden Valley. Welcome in, Ted. No, but it's not kimchi. It's not seaweed. Not Mizuna. Not Mizuna. Nope. Not bok choy. Built on a rock. No idea. Allergic to fish and seafood. I forgot what the answer is, but I knew it wasn't those. Barb said crab. Kalen says, I don't speak Japanese, so I put Polish one instead. Not seaweed. Not octopus salad.
Should I give them an easy hint?
Yeah.
Okay. You can pickle it.
Not Japanese lettuce. Say the question one more time. So if anybody forgot.
What traditional Japanese salad is typical with sushi?
Boom.
Boom. Deborah got it. She got it. She's a winner. Woo! You won. Congratulations.
So the next winner is going to win Dinosaur Kale.
Boom. Okay, so here's the question. What vitamin is kale very, very high in? What vitamin is kale really, really high in? Okay, hold on now. Becoming a green stalker, got it. Congratulations.
All right. The next winner is going to win the Jimmy Nardello pepper. So the last winner won Dinosaur Kale. That was becoming a green stalker. And now we have, this is the Jimmy Nardello pepper.
Oh my lord.
And Deborah, you won the garlic chives. So this is pretty cool. The Jimmy Nardello pepper. Great on a grill, so simple, so easy. You guys will love this. Whoever's going to get the grow this, you'll get a lot of peppers on a plant. Sweet. Yeah, you'll like this to grow this.
Okay, next question. What salad is traditionally associated with the Christmas season in Mexico? What salad is traditionally associated with the Christmas season in Mexico?
Nope, not potato salad. Not cowboy caviar.
Really?
Taco salad. I would think so too, Mexico. Corky, I forgot what the answer was.
Okay. I am going to give you a hint. It has to do with the holiday that just ended.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Okay.
I wonder if anybody's going to answer this one. I don't think anybody's going to get it. Whoa.
Boom! Barb got it.
Make sure you guys email me. My information is down below. Congratulations, Barb. Hope everybody started getting it. You know what I'm really enjoying this because it seems like it's a little bit hard, but easy to get after a period of time. So David Gray said refried beans. I was saying the same thing.
My nails are extremely long and I'm having trouble typing, so give me a minute.
So the next winner is going to win the tender sweet orange watermelon. 25, 30-pound watermelon. Boom.
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 Okay, next question. What is the name of the bitter leafy green that is popular in Italian salads? What is the name of the bitter leafy green that is popular in Italian salads?
Nope, not kale. Not arugula.
Oh, that's a good answer though.
Not chard. Not Caesar. Not endive. Not grape leaves. Not kohlrabi. Not mizuna. Not chicory. Escarole. Not escarole. Dee's Garden Adventures. Radishu.
Boom!
And the last winner is going to win the purple kohlrabi. Well, it's not our last winner. We got 3 more. We got to figure out 2 other ones. But the last winner of seeds is going to win a purple Vienna kohlrabi.
Okay. The next question. Which salad features grilled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, Roquefort, cheese, and avocado? Which salad features grilled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, Roquefort, cheese, and avocado?
Boom.
Boom! Boom! Right away, too, man. Dang.
Somebody eats their Cobb salad.
I hate Cobb, man, because I don't like blue cheese typically. Usually there's blue cheese all over it.
Okay, now we got 2 left. We got the Baker's Creek Seed Catalog we're going to save for last, and a Farmer's Almanac. So let me see if I can figure out a question quick. I'm not going to be able to write this down, guys. So just give me a second. Well, I want to ask something easier because I don't think that anybody's going to get that one. Just hold on, guys, for a second.
Yeah, no, I'm not either, Gail. I mean, I will eat some cheese that smells. I mean, some Swiss cheese smells like feet, but blue cheese. Mm-mm. Oh, they did. They sold out in nasturtiums. That sucks. I got mine, but I don't think I got it from them. Yeah, I did. I got the peach melba from them.
Okay, I don't know if anybody's going to get this one, but this is for the Farmer's Almanac. In what famous novel does a character consume a lamb's lettuce salad? That could be anything. In what famous novel does a character consume a lamb's lettuce salad?
I don't even know the answer to this. Oh, Ginger Ninja might have gotten it.
Ooh.
Is that it? Is that the answer?
I got to find Ginger Ninja now. Shit. Let me see. Nope, not that. Nope.
Okay.
Just let you guys know it starts with the M. It's not Huckleberry Finn. And I didn't, you know what? I should never ask this, and I apologize, but it was a tough one. And I never even heard of it. What was the question? In what famous novel does a character consume a lamb's lettuce salad?
Is it this one?
Ooh, I think somebody might have got it.
I think Kaylin got it.
Yeah. It's Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. But you know what? I'll go with Kaylin because I don't think Mickey Mouse or Nutcracker or Catcher in the Rye is going to get it.
Catcher in the Rye.
Or Rapunzel or Mice and Men or Silence of the Lambs or Alice in Wonderland. So I'm going to give the Farmer's Almanac to Kaylin. And because I think that's the closest we're going to get. But yeah, Mickey Mouse was going to be, that would have been great if it was Mickey Mouse. And just let you guys know what the question, in what famous novel does a character consume a lamb's lettuce salad? Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. Who knew? We got geniuses in this chat, though. Okay, guys, seed catalog. It's coming directly from Baker's Creek. Well, this one's staying here. So I got to go order it. So you're going to get this whole catalog from Baker's Creek. And we're going to have something, hopefully in sometime January, where it's going to be a great night for this channel. Just say that. So and we're going to give out Baker Creek seeds that day. Anyway, All yours, Quirky.
Oh, question? Okay.
Yep.
What is Joe's favorite vegetable from this episode?
That's a good question. Hmm.
Boom! Becoming a green stalker got it. Man, she knows a lot about us.
She listens.
She listens.
She
Kohlrabi.
listens.
He likes the purple Vienna.
Yeah, that was from this episode, not from
all the others.
Yeah,
I
yep,
had to
that was
narrow it down a little bit.
that was a trick one. Yeah, Kaylin says all of them. That's true. I get everything. Well, guys, I hope you guys liked today's live. Sunday, which is New Year's Eve, I'm not going to be here doing Sunday Fun Day. Just to let you guys know. I think that's Sunday, right? Let me see. Let me make sure I look at the calendar. Yeah, Sunday is New Year's Eve. So I'm going to be Ubering from 2 o'clock on. I'm going to try and go on Gail Southern Living sometime for 5 minutes, pop on in there because she asked me to, and she's been a good friend. But I don't know, I got to figure something out. So I might go on Sunday. No, Monday. I might go sometime on Monday just for a little bit and give out some other kind of seeds and stuff like that and just chat. We do need a lot of hours on this channel, and for some reason, YouTube's been reluctant to giving hours to anybody.
Yeah.
So, like that 3-hour tomato live got us 31 hours. That was it. And usually, you get a lot more. I want to complain. I'm going to be one of those fake callers. You know, this is the FBI calling. You gave Garden State Gardener 31 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to come after you.
Yeah,
Anyway.
They're kind of shimmying off some hours that we should have got. But keep watching. Play us on every computer. Play us on your TV. Play us on your devices. We have a playlist that keeps going, so watch that.
And Riverdale Gardens, yes, you know, I really enjoyed this live. I think it was a very formative. Chat was kind of flowing the whole time. It was a lot of fun. It had a lot of good things in this. I absolutely love this live, and I love you. You guys are great. Thank you guys for sharing our channel out, liking everything, being with us. I tell you what, 20. Is this the last live? Yeah, this is the last live. Or maybe
you guys, we have conquered so much already with Grow Big TV. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which I'm at my other channel. I've been waiting for almost 4 years to get 2,000 subscribers. So it's not an easy feat. We are doing it. We're getting people on here that are so interested in what we are doing, and it's so exciting. And we're doing really great things. So thank you guys for all your support. We really appreciate it. This is our last show of this year of 2023. And we will definitely see y'all in 2024. We will, because we are going to be kicking ass in 2024. There's going to be so much content. It's going to make y'all's head spin. It is.
Yeah. And again, we're going to be different than anybody out there. We don't want to do anything the same. Everybody kind of copies off each other. That's not us. Well, I kind of copy other stuff, but our live content is totally different. And I hope if you guys have any suggestions, we're always here to listen. And Hendo just got home. So, Hendo, Happy New Year.
Rock and roll, Nicole. Rock and roll. We love you. Thank you so much. And this is great. I just love hanging out with y'all. It's great. It's been great. You guys make me laugh.
Okay. Everybody, Happy New Year. And I'm telling you, 2024 is going to be amazing. It's going to be very special. So, love you guys.
Have a good one. Bye.